Hello and a warm welcome to South Asia Today, where we bring you in-depth insights into the key events shaping South Asia. I'm Shivangi Mishra, and on today's top stories. Haryana village fueling India's hockey dreams. POJK witnesses rising political tensions over rights and governance demands. And Srinagar Karate League inspires youth participation across Jammu and Kashmir. Let's begin the show. Hockey remains one of the most popular sports in India, especially in rural areas. Today, we take you to Dabra, a small village in Haryana that is making a big mark in Indian hockey. Here, hockey is more than a sport. It is a passion and a dream. Almost every child grows up with a hockey stick, hoping to one day represent India on the world stage.
This is not just a playground, it is where dreams take shape. Dabra, a small village in Haryana, may look ordinary, but the talent emerging from here is extraordinary. Every pass, every tackle, every shot is driven by one dream: to play for India. Located in Hisar district, Dabra is fast becoming a new powerhouse of Indian hockey. This soil has already produced players who are representing the country on the international stage. One of them is Rohit, captain of the junior national hockey team, whose journey and dedication have become a source of pride and inspiration for the entire village.
तीन चार इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर हो गए। तो एट अ टाइम हम, क्योंकि जो सीनियर टीम गई थी वो मलेशिया गई थी, वहाँ पर संजय भाई थे जो कैप्टन थे, और जूनियर वर्ल्ड कप चल रहा था वहाँ पर, और उसमें मैं कैप्टन था। तो एक था ये प्राउड फीलिंग, ये गांव के भी दोनों टीमों के कैप्टन थे। तो ये बहुत अच्छा, मतलब गांव के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा वो प्राउड मोमेंट थी, कोच के लिए भी और फैमिली के लिए भी, दोनों की फैमिली के लिए।
In Dabra, almost every child grows up with a hockey stick and a dream. But behind these dreams is a strong support system, Coach Rajinder Singh. Every day, he trains young players without charging any fees, with one simple goal: to give every child a chance to succeed. And that commitment is turning this small village into a growing hub of hockey talent.
और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर जो है वो 2016-17 से स्कूल इंडिया से शुरुआत की थी, जब संजय स्कूल इंडिया में कैप्टन बना था और देश के लिए मेडल लेके आया था। उसके साथ अमित शाह था। उसके बाद फिर रोहित ऊपर आ गया, फिर मेरा बेटा है वो भी ऊपर आ गया, फिर 2 एशियन टीम में मेडल ले गए। उसके बाद रोहित फिर गोल्ड ले गया 2-3 बार। उसके बाद बाहर जो टूर लीग वगैरह खेलने के लिए गए, तो ऐसे तो कम से कम 15-20 बच्चे हैं जिन्होंने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर टूर्नामेंट बाहर लीग वगैरह खेली हैं।
The villagers take immense pride in seeing young players rise from the narrow lanes of Dabra to national and international hockey arenas. What was once a small village is now becoming a powerful symbol of India's growing hockey talent.
मेरे को और मेरे गांव को जी बड़ा प्राउड फील हो रहा है कि हमारे सीनियर में और जूनियर में दोनों कैप्टन रहे हैं जी मेरे गांव से। एक तो मेरा भतीजा ही है जी, एक भाई लगता है। बड़ा प्राउड फील होता है। ये कोच साहब की देन है जो इन्होंने नींव रखी, जिस कारण की मतलब हो पाया ये गांव का। और आगे भी जी ओलंपिक में भी जाएंगे और गोल्ड लेके आएंगे।
Today, hockey is more than just a sport in this village. It has become its identity. Almost every family has a player, and parents now proudly encourage their children to dream big. From village fields to national stadiums, young players here grow up with one goal in mind: to one day play for India.
उस दिन फ़ोन कॉल्स आए थे गांव से, बहुत बड़े जो दादा थे, ताऊ थे, जो परिवार में नहीं थे, जो कि फैमिली में थे, जो गांव में थे, उन्हें सभी का खुशी का माहौल था कि हमारे गांव का एक जूनियर वर्ल्ड कप जा रहा है। उसमें हमारे गांव का कप्तान है और ये प्राउड मोमेंट थे हमारे गांव के लिए।
From the dusty lanes of Dabra to international hockey arenas, this small village is proving that talent, hard work, and community support can turn big dreams into reality, inspiring the next generation of Indian hockey stars.
Political tensions continue to rise in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir as protests intensify over unmet promises, electricity shortages, and governance-related demands. The Joint Awami Action Committee has accused authorities of failing to fulfill subsidy assurances and provide relief to the public, while growing anger on the streets reflects deep frustration over worsening living conditions and continued administrative failures. Bureau report.
The Joint Awami Action Committee in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir has continued its agitation over unmet demands related to subsidies, governance, and public welfare. Protesters say repeated promises regarding relief on essential commodities and electricity support remain unfulfilled. With inflation rising and load shedding continuing, in several areas, public dissatisfaction has intensified, leading to growing protests and distrust towards the authorities. The Joint Awami Action Committee leaders urged people to remain united and continue protesting until their demands are addressed. During a public gathering, leaders strongly criticized pro-government voices and accused authorities of ignoring the hardships faced by the people. Protesters say residents are repeatedly being forced onto the streets over basic issues such as electricity shortages, inflation, and lack of implementation of promised relief measures. The developments once again highlight the ongoing hardships faced by people in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, where residents continue to raise concerns over governance, electricity shortages, and economic difficulties. Frequent protests over basic facilities and unfulfilled assurances reflect growing public frustration, while political tensions in the region continue to deepen amid demands for greater accountability and public relief.
Now we take a look at some happenings in Asia in a segment called Asia Watch.
Venezuela's interim president Delcy Rodriguez met Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. Her visit comes at a time when New Delhi is ramping up its crude imports from Caracas. India was the second largest importer of Venezuelan oil in May with purchases of 427,000 barrels per day, second only to the US, Reuters reported. India's Reliance Industries has emerged as one of the three largest buyers of Venezuelan crude in recent months. Park Jayang-jae started tending beehives almost 5 decades ago, making it his livelihood because he liked spending time in nature. These days, however, the changing climate is making him question how much longer he and his fellow farmers can survive. The 65-year-old runs a beekeeping farm in South Korea's southern Sancheong County, but he is a migratory beekeeper, meaning he crisscrosses the country with his hives to chase seasonal flower blooms. Bees gather nectar from the flowers and turn it into honey. However, rising temperatures due to climate change are shortening seasons, causing flowers to bloom earlier and for shorter periods. The weather changes have also brought strong winds, which can make it harder for bees to find their way back to their hives. In addition, mites and new diseases have hit the bee population. The total bee forage area in South Korea, meanwhile, was 146,000 hectares in 2020, about 70% less than it was in the 1970s to 1980s, according to data from the National Institute of Forest Science. In a small museum in northern Iraq's Hamdania, Ghada Faisi guided visitors through pieces she has collected since childhood and carefully preserved through decades. Opened in 2020, the Al-Aslaf, Arabic for ancestors, private museum houses Faisia's collection of items from Iraq's cultural heritage, including Christian artifacts. Hamdania is considered one of Iraq's most important Christian towns. Iraq's diverse Christian community was decimated first by Al-Qaeda's rise in the early 2000s and later by the Islamic State, which persecuted Christians and other minority faiths and sects from 2014 to 2017. The 60-year-old Christian's passion for antiquities began at the age of 14, Faisi said, when she was growing up surrounded by family keepsakes and traditional household objects. After returning to Hamdania in 2019, she brought together the remaining items and later opened the museum.
In a major push to promote youth participation in sports, Srinagar hosted the Karate Premier League Championship, drawing young athletes from different districts, schools and academies. The event provided a platform for budding players to showcase their talent and compete at a higher level. The championship aims to build a strong sports ecosystem in the valley while encouraging children, especially girls, to actively participate in the sports and self-defense activities. Let's take a look.
Srinagar witnessed a vibrant celebration of talent, discipline and sportsmanship as the Karate Premier League Championship brought together nearly 500 athletes from across Jammu and Kashmir. Organized by the Amateur Karate Association of J&K, the prestigious event aimed to promote martial arts and inspired greater youth participation in sports. Young players from different districts showcased their skills and competitive spirit, turning the championship into a platform of opportunity and motivation. J&K Sports Council Secretary Nuzhat Gul also stressed the need for more such youth-oriented sporting events across the Union Territory.
हमारी कोशिश रहती है हर वक्त माई यूथ माई प्राइड जो हमारा एक इनिशिएटिव है, हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बच्चों को इंक्लूड करें स्पोर्ट्स में और जो हमारी एफिलेटेड एसोसिएशंस है उनके माध्यम से, उनके द्वारा या उनकी वसालत से हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा चैम्पियनशिप्स का इनेकाद J&K में करें। जो ये कराटे प्रीमियम लीग का जो आज आपने देखा, ये एक बहुत बड़ी शुरुआत है। डिफरेंट स्टेट्स के, यूटीज़ के, बोर्ड्स के बच्चों को यहाँ लाना और यहाँ पे उनके कॉम्पिटिशन्स को होल्ड करना और उसके बाद हमारे जो लोकल बच्चे हैं, चाहे खेलो इंडिया सेंटर के बच्चे हैं या हमारे डिफरेंट एकेडमीज़ के बच्चे हैं, वो कम्पीट करते हैं तो उनको पूरा पता लगता है कि पूरे देश में इंडिया लेवल पे रैंकेड जो हाईएस्ट रैंकेड जो बच्चे हैं कंपटीशन लेवल क्या है। एक इकोसिस्टम बिल्ड होता है, एक रेजिलिएंट इकोसिस्टम हम अगर स्पोर्ट्स का कहेंगे, ये सब चैंपियनशिप्स कराना, रेगुलरली कराना और हमारे बच्चों का इसमें इंक्लूजन, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है।
The tournament reflected the rising popularity of karate among youngsters, emerging not only as a means of self-defense, but also as a discipline that nurtures confidence, focus and mental resilience. Organizers and officials emphasized that such sporting initiatives play a vital role in guiding the energy of youth towards positive and disciplined activities. Throughout the championship, participants displayed remarkable dedication and enthusiasm, while coaches and officials appreciated the high standard of performances and encouraged athletes to continue rigorous training and take part in more competitions in the future.
ये सेकेंड टाइम वैली में हो रहा है, कश्मीर वैली में, क्योंकि इससे पहले हमें जम्मू या तो जाना पड़ता था स्टेट खेलने के लिए या अदर डिस्ट्रिक्ट जाना पड़ता था। फर्स्ट सेकेंड टाइम ये कश्मीर वैली में होने जा रहा है कराटे प्रीमियम लीग। इसमें ये फ़ायदा है कि जिसके जो भी टैलेंट है वो आके यहाँ पे दिखा सकता है कि हम ये टैलेंट है, स्टेट लेवल पे अपने रिकॉग्नाइज कर सकते हैं अपने आप को। ऐसी कंपटीशन होते रहे यहाँ पे, ताकि जितने भी एथलीट्स हैं वो अपनी स्किल और टेक्निक्स को आगे जो बढ़ाते जाए।
The championship provided young participants with valuable exposure and a chance to compete alongside athletes from different regions, helping them prepare for future national and international tournaments. In a highly competitive atmosphere, budding karatekas displayed exceptional skill, discipline, and determination, transforming the event into a major platform for emerging talent in Jammu and Kashmir. Notably, girls participated in large numbers, breaking barriers and confidently showcasing their abilities, reflecting the growing acceptance and encouragement of women in sports across the region.
हम यहाँ आज कराटे चैंपियनशिप में आए हैं और यहाँ पे हम बहुत सारी डिस्ट्रिक्ट से बच्चे देख रहे हैं, स्कूल से भी बच्चे आए हैं। और कराटे सिर्फ एक स्पोर्ट नहीं है, ये हमें वे ऑफ लाइफ दिखाता है। तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बच्चे खेलने चाहिए कराटे, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। इससे हमारी फिजिकल फिटनेस रहती है। पढ़ाई के साथ साथ कराटे और कोई भी स्पोर्ट बहुत ज़रूरी है। गर्ल्स के लिए बहुत अच्छा है, गर्ल्स इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करनी चाहिए। और गर्ल्स के लिए सेल्फ डिफेंस बनता है, वो उनकी मतलब उनको हार्म नहीं पहुंचता है इससे।
From local playgrounds to national sporting arenas, the journey of sports in Jammu and Kashmir is steadily gathering momentum with each passing year. Backed by sustained efforts from the J&K administration to strengthen sports infrastructure, develop modern facilities, and organize competitive platforms for young athletes, the region is witnessing a remarkable transformation. Talented youngsters are now receiving opportunities, exposure, and encouragement like never before. With continued support, proper training, and access to quality infrastructure, the youth of Jammu and Kashmir have the potential to achieve far greater milestones on national and international stages.
Sri Lanka's annual Vesak celebrations brought thousands of devotees onto the streets of Colombo and other cities as Buddhists commemorated the birth, enlightenment, and passing of Lord Buddha. Illuminated displays, religious observances, and acts of charity marked the festival across the island, while economic pressures and rising fuel costs appeared to affect attendance in some areas. The spirit of devotion, reflection, and generosity remained central to the celebrations. We have this report.
The streets of Colombo came alive during Vesak as brightly lit pandals and decorative lanterns attracted worshippers and visitors celebrating Buddhism's most sacred festival. The annual observance, held on the full moon day of May, commemorates the birth, enlightenment, and passing away of Lord Buddha and is regarded by Buddhists as a period of spiritual renewal and reflection.
ඒින්ද දැන් වෙනදට වඩා සෙනග චුට්ටක් අඩුයි කියලා හිතෙනවා. දැන් වෙනදට මේ දවස්වල අද සෙනසුරාදා දවසක් වෙලත් මේ මීට වැඩිය සෙනග ඉන්නවා සාමාන්‍යයෙන් සතිය දවසක පොයේ තිප්පය. මේ සැරේ පොඩ්ඩක් අඩුයි කියලා තේරෙනවා මේ වෙනදට වඩා.
Across Sri Lanka, millions of devotees participated in religious activities that form the heart of the festival. Temples saw a steady flow of worshippers from the early hours of the morning as people gathered to offer flowers, light oil lamps, meditate, and listen to sermons delivered by Buddhist monks. The festive atmosphere extended beyond places of worship, with families and tourists visiting illuminated displays and cultural exhibits set up in urban centers. Although large crowds were visible in many locations, some residents noted that attendance appeared lower than in previous years. Despite these challenges, many participants said the significance of Vesak transcends the size of the crowds. For them, the festival remains an occasion to celebrate faith, spend time with loved ones, and engage in acts of kindness and community service.
වෙසක් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් හැමදාම දකින්නේ මේ ආකාරයටම තමයි. ඒ කියන්නේ ස්පාසුවක් නැත හැමදාම මේ ගානට තියෙනවා. මිදා අඩුවේ අයට මේක අඩුවේ ගිය පාර වැඩියි කියලා කියන්න බෑ. නමුත් ඒ වගේම සෑහෙන කූඩු ප්‍රමාණයක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම මිනිස්සු බොහොම සන්තෝෂයෙන් බලලා විවේකව ගෙවල් වලට යනවා.
A hallmark of Vesak was the tradition of Tansal, with thousands of volunteer-run stalls offering free meals, drinks and sweets, embodying the Buddhist values of generosity and compassion. As authorities manage crowds and enhance security across major cities, the true essence of Vesak lay beyond the celebrations, serving as a powerful reminder that peace, mindfulness and kindness remain the festival's enduring message.
As we wrap up today's episode of South Asia Today, we thank you for joining us. We'll return next week at the same time with more insights and updates. This is Shivangi Mishra signing off on behalf of our entire team. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.